when I got your emails, and what you had started doing is you started opening up a Zoom hour where you yourself, yes, on a pedestal in my mind, were going to be on the Zoom. This is what she emails Cynthia. She's like, I'm going to be on Zoom if anybody wants to get on. And I'm like, but I'm busy and I can't jump on, but oh my gosh. And so I would just kept missing them. And then I was like, well, I can't register for it and not show up. Like this is how Kalli Hale's brain is going, right? So as they would pass by and I would like, miss them, whatever, I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? She literally changed my life. And nobody would love more than like a happy email day. Like we all just get emails that are like
Sure.
business all the time. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna email her and say, you have no idea who I am. But I've been following you in the background and I talk about your book all the time. And I figured I would just let you know that, thinking she's way too busy for me. Like, you're not going to hear anything back. And she just immediately, like, what do you mean? Like, let's get on a Zoom together. Like, what are you talking about? And so it was just
Yeah.
awesome. And I felt like whatever she put this thing out in the ether. And I got to tell you the story about how I even found the book because it
Yeah, I
was like
want to hear
completely
that. Yeah.
divine and like,
Yeah.
like it's a miracle it even happened. So my husband and I decided to take a vacation, a much needed vacation with our kids over spring break. And I remember feeling so burnt out and just like I needed this break like so badly. It was beyond, I mean, I should have taken the break sooner. And we're talking 7 days in Destin. This isn't like a month-long vacation, okay? And I'm complaining. He gets me, packed up in the car and we're driving to Florida. And I remember thinking, I don't care what happens to the practice. It could freaking burn down. Don't call me. Don't text me. I don't want to hear about a patient. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not your person. I was so checked out. And my dad had mentioned, probably both my parents, I don't know, something along the lines of like, you're burnt out. And I didn't know what that word was. I didn't even know what that word was. I'm like, what do you mean I'm burnt out? Like, yeah, to a crisp. But like, isn't that just life? Like, isn't that just dentistry? Because like I was the end all be all in the practice. I also love practicing. I'm so good with patients, just talking to them. I thrived on it, but it would completely deplete the extroverted me. Like it had just become a lot. So we're driving to Florida and I was like, I don't know. My dad thinks I'm burnt out. Maybe I'm burnt out. And Kyle's like, you think? Like my husband is just like, we've been together since high school. He's like, yeah, I know you're burnt out. And I was just like, I'm going to look for a book. And I had actually, I forgot about this. I had reached out to another dentist who supports multi-level practice ownership doctors. It's a big group that my husband and my dad were part of for our practices and all this stuff. And I go, you know what? Certainly this guy has dealt with burnout. In my mind, I'm like, I need to find somebody that actually understands my problem as a dentist, because I'm thinking this is a dentist problem. I'll
Mhm.
get to why it's not just a dentist problem later, but that's where I had in my mind. I was like, I need to talk to somebody that's been able to hire another doctor, maybe replace some days, go to the gym. Like, I don't know, like a balance that just did not exist in my world. And I took a call with him. I needed so much more than this guy could give. Like we only did one call. It didn't pan out to anything, but I just like in that moment, I remember I was doing everything I could to try to find help. I just didn't know where to find help. So we
Yeah.
take off to Florida and I get on Amazon and I'm just looking for books. I just Google burnout. I'm like burnout book. And then I started reading reviews and I was like, what is the 7E? Like, I'm like, because it was called the 7E Solutions to Burnout before the new one came out, which, yes, I am reading, hence the little bookmark. And I started reading reviews on it. You have some good ones. And then I just read your bio and I was like, okay, she's helped like CEOs and people that are like way more important than me and bigger than me. Like, certainly she can help me. And I bought it right then and there on my Kindle. So I did not even have like a physical copy to this book and started taking it like one bite at a time, reading through it. And I had a notebook that I used that I still have in reference all the time because this book makes you work. You got to like soul search and figure out the problem because she is going to give you a way to solve it. And so you had to have something to write down and fill in the things. And I love fill in the blank. Like I'm all about get the cute pen in the notebook. Like,
Right,
let's do
right,
it. We're going to
right.
work
Me
on
too. Me
ourselves.
too.
And so, anyways, that's how I found it. I mean, having no idea if it was going to help me or not, but I knew that I was at absolute rock bottom, going to quit dentistry if I did not find something to help me. So, and I'm very open to ideas and getting up to the next level. And then, so I'm like, if this thing can help me, let's talk about it. So yeah, so that's how I found the book, and then subsequently emailed her maybe a year or so later.